art supplies, and specifically watercolor supplies, do I take with me when I travel? This is the question. Having just come off of my big art retreat to Spain, I can tell you I took a ton of stuff when I went to Spain. We were given a list of materials and I took all of them. So that was a little bit of a different packing experience than what I'm gonna share with you right now. We are getting ready to go to Canada on just a 4-day trip, me and my family. And so I thought I would show you what I'm gonna bring because I'm gonna pack pretty minimally. It's only a couple days and I'm not sure how much time I'm gonna have to paint, and we're trying not to check bags. So I'm gonna take as little as possible, but I wanna have enough options to where if I wanna paint, I have what I need. So the first thing is, like, you gotta have a cute little bag. I'm gonna show you a couple different options. I took some of these to Spain, but not all of them. This is just your standard zipper pouch. This is my Fox. I was sublimating stuff for a while and I made this. I never sold zipper pouches because I could never really figure out how to make it work exactly. This was like the only one I really loved. Anyway, one little zipper pouch that's like a standard size is plenty big enough for most people to travel with. When I was in Spain, this is the one that I took with me when we went like out into the wild to paint, because I could just fit my tiny sketchbook and a brush and some paints in this and I was good to go. There is nothing to this. It is just one zipper. And honestly, I found that super helpful when I was out painting like in the world, because I didn't have to dig through a bunch of different pockets to find what I was needing. This was it. There was only one pocket. But I'm gonna show you another option for if you wanna paint on site that Lacey had. And so of course I had to buy one when I got home. That did seem to be easier for her to manage in some situations. We will get to that. I also bought this for the trip to Spain. It's got cats on it. It's very cute. This is, whoops, colored pencils. This is just a pencil roll. Pencil roll? I don't know if that's what it's called. I'm gonna link everything so you'll know where to find it. But yeah, this was very good for transporting my colored pencils, which I did not use the entire time I was there. But they went to Spain with me, so that's fun. These will not be going to Canada. I didn't use them in Spain when I was making art every day. I'm not gonna use them in Canada. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna switch the view so that I can give you a better look at this. All right, so I showed you this one. This is just the one zipper pouch. Super simple. Something like this is great. I also bought this on Amazon. You can see that something leaked in it and it's already gotten a little beat up just from one trip. But I took this to Spain with me and it was pretty good. It's got a sort of deep pocket and then there are 2 extra little pockets in there. And then this part opens up. This is where I put all of my pens and like my Posca markers and that kind of stuff. But you will see that like a brush doesn't fit in here. A standard size brush will not fit in here to be able to zip it closed. So the brushes had to go in the center part. And they do get a little bit bent up. You can buy travel brushes. Actually, I have one. Hang on. So they do make these little travel brushes where it's kind of like a travel toothbrush, I guess, where it fits together and you get a full-size brush. I haven't even used this one. A supplier sent this to me for free. The brush is a little bit smaller than what I normally use, but I do like the fact that you can protect the brush in transit. So something like this is a good option. The instructors in Spain asked us to bring water brush pens. So this is like one of the most expensive water brush pens. And honestly, I don't think it matters. I bought this brand because this is what they told me to buy, but I don't think this is any better or worse than any other brush pen I have that I might have spent a couple dollars on. I guess the thing that makes this fancy is that you can press this and like release the water, but honestly, I think I paid like $30 for a set of 4 or 5 of these. Not worth it. Not worth it. Because here's one that was just a few dollars and like you can still squeeze it and get the water to come out. It just doesn't have the little button thing on. I don't know, guys. A water brush pen is very nice if you think you're going to paint on location because obviously you don't have access to water usually. So one of these is very nice if you're planning to go out into the world to paint. You can also get these little collapsible water thingies, containers. You can see I did use mine when I was in Spain, but mostly I just used this like when we were at the retreat center and I needed water. I didn't really take this out onto location to paint with. I mostly used a water brush pen, which really is not like my favorite thing to paint with and might have been part of the problem with me painting on site. I don't know. But you can buy a set. I got a set of 3 of these on Amazon for just like a couple dollars. I gave one of them to Lacey for the trip. And the other one I think has already managed to walk away from me. I don't know where it is. Okay, so the thing that Lacey had on the trip that I thought was good was this thing. Hers was slightly different. It had like a space theme, but same basic thing. It looks like a lunchbox. But the thing that made this so nice was that when she was painting, like just sitting on a chair where there was no table in front of you or nothing to like set your stuff on to paint on, she would open this up and then have her sketchbook on this. And it was a nice surface like on your lap to paint on because this is a pretty good like solid base for painting, because then you could also have like your little paint set here and you're using your fancy water brush pen and it's all sort of contained on your lap. Managing the materials when painting out in the wild was one of the hardest things for me because I was like, how do I hold my book and hold my paints and hold my pen? And in general, like just more information than you need. But I have trouble with like motor planning. I am not good at motor planning. Like when I have to walk down the steps and carry multiple things, I have to really think hard about that so that I don't fall. And it was kind of the same thing. I just found it really hard to manage everything when I was sitting somewhere trying to do something and I didn't have a table to work on. So this thing is good, and that is why I bought it. So you can see it's got this outside pocket, so you can put stuff in here. Then it opens up and it's got these pockets, zippery pouches where you can put stuff. And then it's got all of these different pages for putting your pens or your colored pencils in. And some of them are nice and fat for doing like a Posca marker, something that's bigger, which is nice. But to me, the best part about this is that these pages Velcro, so if you don't need them, you can take them out. So like I'm gonna take this one with me to Canada, even though it's a little bit bigger and probably overkill for what I need. I feel like it'll be nice to have it all organized in this way. But I'm not gonna take these 2 pages. I'm gonna leave these. Sorry guys, you don't need your passports because you're not going. They're out. But this is what I'm gonna take because I think this will be the best for my purposes. So what am I going to take? Well, I think I'm just gonna take one sketchbook this time, and I wanna take one of my sketchbooks. This is the one that Lacey gave me. This is one that she sells. So you can see it's quite a bit smaller. This is great for travel. But I kind of like to work a little bit bigger than this generally. And I think it's okay. I think this size is good for this trip, and it will fit nicely into my little pouch. It's gonna go right in there. I'm also gonna take my 12 color set. I don't think that I need to take my big giant set. I think this is fine. This will also fit nicely in here. And then I think I'm gonna take 2 different size brushes. I'm gonna take a 6 and an 8 round brush. Let's just see. I don't know. Do we think we can? I think this will work. I think this will work, actually. This one is a little bit longer. But I think this, yeah, I think that'll be okay. Having my brushes in there like that. I'm also gonna take a regular pencil and I'm gonna take a mechanical pencil. There were times when the lead would break and like I didn't have a pencil sharpener, and yeah, I just think a mechanical pencil will be nice. Also, this one is red and I kind of like to sketch in red sometimes. That's a tip from Natasha, the Mightier Pencil. If you follow her, I've talked about her before. She's an amazing artist, but her sketching is just incredible. She uses a red mechanical pencil a lot. So I'm going to take that. I'm definitely going to take my white Signo gel pen, and I'm going to take 2 of my pens. So I'm going to take a brush pen and a 0.5 because those are just, that's like what I go to most often. I spent all that money on these brush pens. I guess I'm going to take one of these guys too. Maybe I'll paint out in the wild. I kind of doubt it. But I guess I will take one of those too. And then I'm going to take a Posca paint marker. So I'm going to put that in there. I'm definitely going to take my kneaded eraser. I want a little binder clip to hold my sketchbook closed. So I'm going to put that in here too. And then I always carry like a little spray bottle for spraying my paints. So this one is, you know, nice and compact. I'll have to take the water out of it, I guess, before I get on the airplane, but that will fit in there too. I am going to take my stick because I just like, I don't know, maybe it's become a comfort thing for me at this point. I'm going to find a Canadian stick while I'm there too. Yeah. Spanish stick, gonna stay here. And then the other thing I want to take is this little teeny tiny sketchbook. This was a gift from the artists at the Spanish retreat, and it is like an accordion style, or sometimes you'll hear them called Constantina sketchbooks. So you can paint on both sides of this. You can also, if you want to, you can paint on it like this, where it's like little individual pages, or open it up and do a panoramic thing. I didn't use this when I was in Spain. I don't know if I'll use it when I'm in Canada, but I really like the idea of it. And it's so cute. It is adorably cute. So this is gonna go too, because we do not have a high level of commitment with that guy. So that's that. I'm gonna take a little roll of washi tape in case I wanna tape off my edges in my sketchbook. Normally I use my artist tape, which, you know, is kind of big. I'm just gonna take a little roll of washi tape. It doesn't work as well, but it will be fine for this, and it's nice and small, so it can just hang out with my tiny little sketchbook. And then I'm just gonna take a little rag for wiping off my brush. So that's gonna go in there. So I think that's it. Brushes, pencils, pens, stick, eraser, tape, binder clip, the little sketchbook. I've got a white Posca marker. I've got my super expensive, not worth it water pen, my sketchbook, my paints, my sprayer, and my towel. Yeah, so I think that's basically everything. So I still have tons of room in this guy, and there's this whole pouch out here that I didn't put anything in, but yeah, it's pretty compact. This will fit in my backpack, so I can take it with me on the plane in case I would ever decide to do something on the plane, which always seems like a great idea, and I've never actually done it. So yeah, that's it. This guy feels like a good option for travel. I will let you know how it goes. If I were going to be gone longer, or if I knew I was going to have a lot of time to create, I might take some colored pencils, not as many as I took last time. I might take a few. I might take my water-soluble pastels. I'd probably take them over the colored pencils, actually. But I feel like with the limited time that we're going to be gone and trying to save space, I think this is perfect. This also might be more than you would even want to take, in which case, where did it go? in which case a zipper pouch is perfect, or you could always go with something like this. So there are some choices. Like I said, I will link them below. I can't promise that I will paint anything on this trip. I might not. I might just get inspired and come back with pictures and thoughts and ideas. And that's okay too. There's no pressure for me on myself going into this one. We're just gonna have fun together. My older son is going with us, so that alone feels like such a treat to get 4 days with him that I would go anywhere or nowhere as long as I could be with my family. So, all right, guys. I hope this was helpful for you, and I will see you soon.